High school fights, man. I used to love high school fights. I mean, I remember when I witnessed my first set of high school fights. Me and my friends, we just used to pray. We used to go home and just pray that there would be a fight every day in a week. I mean, it's sad, man. I don't know what it is. There is something so exciting about witnessing, two guys and a whole school just gathering around them as they chase each other and pummel each other. It's just so exciting. I'm not promoting fighting in any way. Let me get on with my story. My first fight, it took place in primary school, and I think what happened is we were playing football, and this guy, he wasn't taking our scores properly, so he was basically cheating. And for some reason, I just lashed out. I was in primary school. I lashed out like Piccolo versus Garlic Jr. And I was just giving this guy some super fast digs, man, in the stomach. And it was amazing. It was like the adrenaline was pumping. And I basically just whooped his butt. And this guy was like, he seemed like he was 7 foot tall. He was like a giant, man. And yeah, I kicked his butt and I felt pretty good, man. Got a lot of respect for that fight. But yeah, my third fight. Now, this fight took place in high school in year 7. Now, what happened is this guy, I think it was in the early morning, and this guy punched me in the back when we were waiting for our tutor to come in and open the classroom door for us. He punched me in the back, like really hard, and I fell to my knees in this dramatic way as if I just saw someone close to me die. Like my hands up in the air, and I was like, oh, like looking to the sky, screaming in pain. And then I got up, and then I punched him up. And I hate punching people in the face. To me, this is just like the cheapest thing you could do, man. And this guy had braces as well, so I didn't even want to go anywhere near his face. So I was just punching him in the stomach. And I grabbed him, and then I remember just spinning him around, and I kicked him down this small set of stairs, and I turned around like I just defeated the devil. And I felt so good. And then I just walked off just thinking, yeah, this guy ain't gonna get back up. And then a few moments later, he dashes up the stairs, and he punches me in the temple. And this is a horrible place to get hit. It's in the head. The temple hurts, man. It can stun you. But anyway, before anything else could happen, our tutor comes and he breaks up the tension, not knowing what previously took place. But luckily, well, fortunately, nothing else carried on from that. We kind of just made up and it was all good. But anyway, moving on. My fifth fight, this took place in year 10. And what happened is, I think it was lunchtime, and some prick just kept annoying me. Really obnoxious guy. And I told him, look, dude, I'm going to count to 10. If you don't stop pushing me, I'm going to kick your butt. And he didn't listen. So obviously, I lashed out on him. And this time, I punched him in the face. And I was going through this ruthless stage in my life. I just didn't give a damn about anybody. So I was punching this guy in the face. The whole playground swarmed to us. They surrounded us. Adrenaline was pumping. I was feeling good. And I knocked this guy out. Woo! Champion! But I felt really bad after I beat that guy up, man, because I don't even like fighting, man. I always feel bad after I have a fight. And what you would have realized now is that I've missed some fights out, for those of you guys who know how to count. And yes, it was intentional. I left out the fights that I got my butt whooped in. Now the reason for this is I have to preserve my dignity. But after I lost the fight, or after I felt I'd lost a fight, I'd always go home and train myself. And for some reason, I used to think I was like a Saiyan. And as you can tell, Dragon Ball Z had a rather large influence on my childhood. But anyway, I used to think that the more I fought and the more I lost a fight, the stronger I'd get. So what I'd do is I'd stand in front of my wall and I'd throw tennis balls at it. And I'd practice dodging the balls as they'd come at me in hope to increase my speed and reflexes. I know it sounds silly, but that's what I used to do. And I do press-ups and sit-ups like 100 a day. And I do the reflex test. And if you don't know what a reflex test is, it's when you have someone drop a ruler in between your fingers and you have to catch it before it slips right past your hand. And sometimes I'd even leave my house late at night and go running around the block. And it's in my school, the ideology that we all shared about fighting is that whoever won was not to be messed with, and they're a badass, and they hold a certain amount of respect. So you can imagine how I felt after losing the fight. And when I was growing up, I was taught that if somebody hits you, you hit them back. You don't let anyone push you around, and you stand up for yourself. And it's true. If I have kids, I'm gonna teach them the same thing. I think that rule applies at all times. But I learned a lot about standing up for myself from my mum. when I was young, I used to think that she was like an ex-army veteran, man. I mean, all it would take is a look or a single insult and she just go off like a firework, African style, 2-finger slaps and everything. She's a soldier, man. I remember this one time we were in the car, and this other female driver was just beeping and throwing insults at my mum, and I was getting scared, you know, because I was a little kid. And my mum, she just got out of the car and she just attacked this woman like a beast. But bless my mum, she's such a strong woman, man. But anyway, now that I've grown up, I've learned, well, you know, I pretty much learned this a long time ago, but walking away from a fight is much more manly than getting into one and just kicking the guy's butt, man. And that's just the truth right there, man. And there's this film called Never Back Down, and it's this film about mixed martial arts. And I'm not going to tell you, you know, what happens in the film, but the moral is that mixed martial arts, or the skill of fighting in general, is just, it's not for the sheer purpose of proving that you're strong and that you can take anyone out, but using your skill to protect loved ones. So, you know, the only time I'd ever involve myself in a fight is to protect loved ones. And I'm sure most of you guys would do the same, but there's always that odd percentage of people who want to just fight for the fun of it, man. But anyway, guys, I wanted to leave you with this final question. If you could fight any celebrity or iconic figure or world leader, I know you know all these politicians have been messing up our lives recently, who would you fight? Alive or dead, it doesn't matter. And obviously this isn't for the enjoyment of fighting, it's, you know, for the protection of your family or friends or fellow man, whatever. So I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna say I would fight Gaddafi and David Cameron, tag team style with my boy Jesus. And I'd be giving Gaddafi some blows and Jesus would be using mind control to let David Cameron walk into lampposts and stuff like that. But anyway, leave your comments in the section below. Take care, guys, and peace.